So welcome. Today we're going to talk about writing examples and how to change the tone of a writing message. Just so you know, if you're not using generative AI, now is the time to do it. This is an exciting field. This actually is a generated AI image. There are some flaws with it, and we go into how to use Copilot to create images, and we'll do that in another video. Just one funny flaw that you'll notice here on this page is that, first of all, look at the book, the way it's bound together. Look at the cup, gives a different cup image, which is kind of weird. And then look, this gal has 3 arms. So all pretty funny, and this guy's hands are going the wrong direction, and they're going both directions, his fingers. So pretty fun. But we're going to talk about how to do writing within generative AI. So let's go ahead and get right to that. Okay. So we're going to use 3. We're going to use ChatGPT, we're going to use Copilot, and we're going to use Gemini. Okay? And so those are the 3 that we're going to use for our example today. I don't know if I can hide that, so you just have to deal with that. Okay. So let's start here with ChatGPT. Here we have a statement, and we know that we have some spelling errors and some grammar errors, and we want to do that. So we want to show the spelling errors. So the first thing you can do, and you can do this with any word processor, is you just want to show your spelling errors. So let's go over and ask each of the generative AIs to do this for us. We're going to give them the exact same instruction and see how they do. All right. So here are the corrected spellings. Now, we didn't tell it to correct. We asked it to show us the spelling errors. Okay? It did not. Here are It corrected it as well, right? But it explained to us what our spelling errors are, so that's good. And here with Gemini, Gemini actually obeyed the instructions. I hate to use that word obeyed, but it did what we asked it to do. Tell us, okay? And it gave us some other things that we may want to consider, okay? So that's fine, good start. So here it's already corrected the spelling error. So let's say, show me the grammar errors. And we're going to spell grammar wrong and see what it does. Okay, now we're going to use this same thing here because the AI already corrected this. So we want to get a good result. So we're just going to do that. And we're going to say go and see what it does. Okay, so let's copy this. Now, you can see ChatGPT. So let's see what this guy does, and let's see what this guy does. Okay, so ChatGPT already did it pretty quick, but it corrected. It didn't show me the errors. Now, let's see if we can just say, show me the grammar errors. Okay, so we asked it to do that, show me the grammar errors. Its first inclination was to just correct the grammar errors. But I wanted it to show me the grammar errors. Perhaps I'm teaching somebody what proper grammar is. So I want to be able to look at what they've written and then show it to them as the AI shows it. And then you can see here some of the grammatical errors that it that it suggests. Okay, let's see what Copilot did. So Copilot does pretty good. It says correct spelling, and then it goes through and adds some clarification for the grammar errors. That's great. Gemini does the same thing, but now Gemini goes a little bit deeper. So it gives the information. It also gives multiple drafts, by the way. But here you can see that it says what's going on, breaks everything down, which is great. And then it gives us some stylistic improvements that we may want to make. Comma spliced, optional, repetition. So that's good. So that's really good. All right. So we can do that. Now, let's say that we want to change the tone of this message. So you can just write in here, change the message tone to be forceful. Let's see what it does. I don't know what it's going to do. But now we're interacting with the AI. Okay? We're interacting with it. We're not, it knows what the message is. Notice I haven't re-put in my original content, right? I didn't do this right here where it says you. I'm just kind of talking to it as though I would be talking to a human. Change the message tone to forceful. Okay? Things are hectic, right? So it's an interesting twist. Let's see what this guy does with it. And Gemini. All right. So we're changing. Let's see what Copilot. I'm unable to be forceful. Okay? That's interesting. Here. Now they did. Here's what makes it more forceful. So Gemini does a pretty good job of working with this and kind of doing everything and then explaining what it does. So let's go back to ChatGPT here and say change tone to inspirational. Okay, let's do that. See what that does for us. Okay, and we're going to do it again in Copilot, which I don't think Copilot's going to be happy about, but let's see. And then we can go there and see what these guys. So here, eager to soak up each experience, was a dream. We wandered through vibrant, ancient temples, okay, things of that nature, okay? Copilot, now Copilot's okay with saying inspirational things. So apparently forceful is not something it wants to be, but it's okay with being inspirational. And look, it even gives us icons to include. So that's interesting. And then here, again, it does a great job of kind of highlighting, making everything kind of exciting. And here it kind of does this, right? So let's do one more example for us. Let's say here, change tone, or you don't even have to write change tone, by the way. Sometimes you can just write just the word, right? Sometimes I'll say like rewrite as, let's say humble. Now that doesn't make sense grammatically, but let's see what it does with it. Same thing with here, and same thing with here. All right. All right, so we were fortunate enough we saw the beautiful tulips, blah, 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 right? I mean, some good stuff. We had a moving experience, writes it with a little more of a humble tone. Here, life is a journey. Sometimes my path may seem uncertain, even the darkest embrace. Okay, so great thing about humility, but it did not rewrite this as humble. It just gave us a humble statement. And then Gemini here, trying to fit. It's been amazing, right? So here, downplays accomplishments, gratitude, emphasizes togetherness, acceptance. So this is what the AI, when you type in, make it humble, and you can see what Gemini does a great job telling us of what makes it inspirational. So this is an important thing that we'll close on. ChatGPT does a pretty good job of rewriting things, and it takes cues exceptionally well. So if I put in sad, let's see what it does. It automatically knows that I'm working on this statement, and here, it already knows that I can just put in one phrase and it's going to rewrite everything right to those type of statements, happy, sad. So that's great. Copilot, not quite, right? It's a little more less consistent, I guess is the best way to put it, right? Forceful doesn't give us anything. Inspirational, in fact, even the inspirational one, I missed it, didn't talk about the sights. It just wrote something inspirational. Same thing as humility. So Copilot, probably not my first choice. Gemini, probably my first choice. Because what makes it nice is it tells you what makes this forceful. Strong opening. So what the AI does is takes the word forceful and then applies the bold things, and uses the language and feeds it into the model. So you can kind of get a little idea of what the generative AI is doing behind the scenes for you, so that it makes your writing a little bit better. Good luck.